welcome back to the Consequently podcast featuring myself, Spencer, and my co-host Matt with the Telltale Games TV, and from across the world, on the other side of the ice caps of the moons of Rektar. Fistcake, how's it going?
I'm like a half hour away from you. I don't understand. No.
The moons of Rektar.
I'm sorry. No, that was last week. We do. It's a bi-weekly thing now.
It takes a long time. It takes a long time to move across like a solar system. Okay, there's no way in 2 weeks you could be back to Earth. Also, you must have discovered this whole planet called Rektar because that's where you're at now. So.
You caught me actually. You're fuck. But I kind of told you hoping you would keep it as a secret because that's what friends do, and kind of fucked me over there, pal. Not gonna lie. Yeah, kind of ruined my whole plan of taking over Rektar. So here we go. Thanks. Thanks for nothing, Dick.
Oh, the Rektarians.
Yeah, well, now they know, and now they know I have a video game podcast. So I mean, that's like, I lost some intimidation points right there off the get-go. Like, oh, this fucking nerd.
They're notorious for being video games.
They hate video games, and they think everybody who plays video games are stupid and weak.
Are they wrong?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Sounds like my people.
All right, so we're gonna start with what we played this week, or this last 2 weeks. I need to change that. Viscay, why don't you start us off?
Well, I played some games. Let's see, real quick. I played Dauntless for a half hour because I got through like the tutorial enemy thing. And if you don't know what Dauntless is, it's basically Epic's version. Well, not Epic. Is it Epic or
it's not
Phoenix
Epic.
Point?
It's Phoenix Point.
Phoenix Point, that's right. Well, for some reason, it looks exactly like Fortnite, but it's.
I think they're probably using the engine.
Probably, but in the Monster Hunter esque style. And they've been having like a lot of people hop in because it's a cross-platform, free-to-play Monster Hunter, and everybody's like, "Oh fuck, oh cool," and
this would have had a much bigger splash if Monster Hunter World hadn't released before them.
Right. Yeah. And if like a bunch of other things, but what was I gonna say? So yeah, basically, I downloaded on my PlayStation first. I'm like, okay, yeah, I got an evening. I can just hang out with Evie and play Dauntless. But then the servers were full, and I had to wait for 300 plus minutes. I'm like, okay, I won't do that. So the next day, I go on my computer and I try to play it on there, and I finally get in. Played for like a little bit. I got past the tutorial monster thing, which is okay. It's just all okay. But and then I logged out for like a half hour. I had to go clean up around the place, and I came back and the servers were full again. And I'm like, okay, and that's my whole experience with the Dauntless. I haven't really got to explore a whole lot.
Nice.
I just know they have like.
I installed it, didn't even try to play it.
Yeah, no, I would probably wait a little bit because like I don't even know anything past that. I just know there's only 4 weapons. You got like your sword, hammer, axe, and daggers, I think.
I thought there was guns.
I didn't see any guns, but there might be. I don't know. So maybe I did miss something. But
you heard it here first. If Fiskay didn't see it, didn't happen.
Yeah, that's how it goes. If out of sight, out of existence. That's the baby way. So that's okay. I mean, if it's
his cake has no object permanence.
Yeah, that's the joke. It was it's okay. So yeah, I'll probably play a little bit more of that once I can actually like get in and play a game. So that'd be pretty cool. Me and Adam finally finished Day of the Tentacle yesterday.
Nice.
And yeah, old point and click games. Pretty funny, very convoluted.
Well, that was originally Into the Veil was kind of inspired by was mostly walking.
Yeah,
which is all old point and click adventures and stuff.
Yeah, the Day9 hangs out with his friends, and then they Day9 will play a point and click adventure while they just like chill and they tell them what to do and shit.
Ah,
Yeah.
did not know that. Oh, well, the more I know. Wow.
I'm pretty sure we told you when we had the idea,
Yeah,
but it's okay.
I definitely
It's okay.
told you, but
It's
it's okay.
Well,
Object permanence, you know.
Yeah.
You don't remember it, then it happens.
object permanence, and I have the memory of a goldfish. I'm pretty much set for life. For I like always enjoying stuff. I can just experience things new every day.
Oh,
It's gonna be great.
I haven't
But-
enjoyed anything since 1999.
Oh my
That's a
god!
lot. A lot of great things have happened since then.
Not great enough.
Literally everything you care about.
Oh god. But yeah, Day of the Tentacle. It's a fun game. But yeah, with those games you have to like do it with a walkthrough or like
Oh, yeah.
somebody doing the walkthrough, because in order for us to get our battery charged to go back to the future, we have to convince Ben Franklin to go outside and do his thing with the kite and whatnot. But in order for the rain to start, we have to go wash the carriage, because the joke is every time you wash your car or something, that's when it starts to rain. And then once we get Ben Franklin out there, he's like, oh shit, my kite sucks, so I have to go make a new kite. So what you got to do is you got to go to the basement, steal a lab coat, give the lab coat to Ben Franklin so he makes a new sturdier kite, and then you shove your battery inside the kite pocket, and then the kite goes out in the sky, gets electrocuted, and then you take the battery and you put it in your machine.
I mean, it seems fine to me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the logic is actually, now that I said it out loud, I feel like an idiot. I probably should have figured that out right from the get-go.
Yeah, I mean the lab coat thing is basic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, yeah, in colonial times, why wouldn't you have a lab coat to use for a kite, you know? I mean, I feel stupid after we did that puzzle. I was like, God damn it, why did I not figure that out?
It was so obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
but-
me and Em took a break for 15 minutes and just sat in silence, ashamed at ourselves.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
really?
agree with that. I agree. I would have stretched it to 20, honestly, but you know, since
Well,
there's two of you, you split the difference. I understand.
Well, we were also kind of like in a hurry to finish the game. Otherwise, we probably would have taken a whole day.
Oh shit!
A whole day, goddamn. Whoa.
I was committed. All right, I respect that.
But and like when you play those long enough, you try to think like them, and then like half of the solutions are pretty straightforward.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, what's the most convoluted way I could fix this problem?
Yeah.
Oh shit! It worked. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's just like, oh no, you're just supposed to do this, idiot. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I tried to go 50. I tried to go with a 50-step plan instead of the normal 2-step plan. But not too bad. Also has the Maniac Mansion, which Day of the Tentacle is a sequel to inside the game. So that's a little fun.
Oh,
bonus.
really? Did you guys play Maniac Mansion?
No, we didn't play Maniac. No, we were having a hard enough time with the remaster of an old '90s game, let alone trying to play something even before that.
Yeah, Maniac
I'm good.
Mansion. I'm on the wiki for the game right now because I was like, oh, I know he talked a little bit about it, but I didn't fully, get. I mean, the art style, Jesus, that's like
Oh, yeah.
classic point and click. Like, the perspective is all skewed and weird and warped.
Oh, yeah.
But like Maniac Mansion came out on the Commodore 64.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Yeah, it had those kinds of graphics. So I was like, oh, this is too old for me. I can't do it. But yeah, Day of the Tentacle, a lot of fun. And with people and with a strategy guide. Let me preface saying that you absolutely have a strategy guide, please. Otherwise, you'll lose your mind. RimWorld, not a whole lot going on there, but I have been playing it. I spent like I don't play RimWorld for a little bit. It's like I try to play it for a little bit, then it's like 10 hours have passed or something. I'm like, oh. But my latest adventure was looking up how to get the most efficient rooms, like the most efficient way to make bedrooms for everybody. And I spent probably like a good couple hours remaking bedrooms for my entire colony. In between like psychic aliens attacking and random raiders and stuff, and I'm just like, come on, I just want to maximize my bed. I'm trying to make everybody feel happy so nobody loses their mind. Okay, God,
Yeah.
stop hitting me, stop.
And then some people don't like it when they have nice rooms.
Yeah, what's up with
I
that?
haven't come across that yet, but I believe. I mean, I don't
Oh yeah,
100% believe that.
it's like not. It's a word. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a
It's a
a
trait.
particular
Yeah.
trait where they're like they are more down to earth or some shit, and they don't want
Or
anything
like
fancy.
acidic. It's something like that.
Mm.
Esoteric.
Maybe I don't know. I mean, it's not like they're even super fancy rooms, anyways. I just have like increased space. Like every room is like a bed, a lamp, and either an air conditioner or a vent for the air conditioner, and a door to get out. That's it. The most basic bitch, but it's got a lot of room to it. So maybe, hopefully, they will shut the fuck up for 5 seconds about their uncomfy room.
I think what those games need, and I think it would be really cool in emergent gameplay, is that if after a while, after your colonists got like comfortable or whatever, they would start decorating their own room. So you get like the basic level of comfort down there,
Mhm.
what they need, and then they started to decorate it how they wanted. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be
I'm sure there's a
interesting.
mod for it.
Yeah.
RimWorld has so many mods out now.
And by the way, it's called Ascetic.
Aesthetic. See, I was fucking so close to it. Acidic, esoteric.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, I mean,
needed
yeah.
to put them together.
Yeah, exactly. You would have got 100%.
Yeah, they get into a poor mood if they have a bedroom that's too impressive. They also
Oh,
dislike
wow.
fancy food and prefer to eat raw.
Well, shit. I think
And
that's
raw
just a cannibal. No.
Yeah, and raw food won't bother them at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
But that's my latest RimWorld adventure. Sekiro. Slowly making my way to the second ending. Finally defeated Al Dad 2. Al the father, not Al Old Shinobi or whatever.
Yeah, that guy's crazy, right?
He was pretty tough. It was kind of like one of those things. Like every time like I fight a boss towards the end of the stream, I can't beat him. But like the next stream, if I can like beat him within like 2 or 3 tries. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, the old subconscious fix my problems situation. Yeah.
Your brain reorganized all the information before you fight him again. It's like, oh, thanks, brain. Cool. Block, block, block. Stab, stab. Block, block, stab. Dodge. Ow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, McGeary counter. Oh, God.
And it's like, why was this hard last time?
What
Yeah,
really
exactly.
fucked me in that fight was the explosion.
Oh, the
That
explosion?
fight- yeah.
Really?
That
Huh.
fight
Wait.
would fuck me up.
Yeah, because he does something different when he tosses the flame spark thing, and reading that, I think Matt, you were like jumping in at him at just like
Yeah.
the wrong time where he was doing a different thing than what you expected him to do, or something like that. Because
Yeah.
he has like 3 options. He goes for it. He'll go for like the lunge and then the swipe, and he'll jump back and
Also,
slice at you.
I want you to tell Spencer, all right,
Okay.
that the end fight, all right, when you're fighting Junichiro,
Mhm.
all right, and he goes for the, you go for the Makiri counter.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about? Where he
Yeah.
stabs you or whatever. That Makiri counter is harder than all the rest of the Makiri counters in the game. That motherfucker mixes up his timings.
Yeah, I think it's based on like the distance. It seems like he gets. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but like he gets a shorter areas quicker. But if you're like constantly like in his space or whatever, and then he does it, it's like, oh shit, he's coming at me, oh god. But then like if you're like 10 feet away from the previous spot, then it's like slightly slower. So you're like, haha, fuck, oh no.
Yeah, but
Oh,
then
God.
you get hit.
Yeah.
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 I was telling Spencer that.
Well,
and
I
Spencer
didn't
was
say that I
like,
didn't
"Hey,
believe.
Go
Oh.
fuck yourself. Why don't you just, dodge?" And then I was like, "Hey, I'm doing it. I'm waiting. Like, it's not like you're waiting like a second. You're waiting frames at that
Yeah.
point."
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Like, and he's like, I'm not seeing you change anything, motherfucker. I'm changing
didn't.
shit.
Okay, we did have a conversation
It's all in
about
the
this.
head.
And yeah, it doesn't look like something changes from a viewer perspective, right? It's just like, and so every time that I watched him do it, it just looked like it was happening at the same times that he did it before. Like, but afterwards we had a conversation that it was frame based, and then we were fine. I didn't realize Matt still held a grudge about it.
I didn't. I hold no. Okay, that's not true. I'm the king of holding grudges. But I just thought it was funny. I just think it's funny
Right.
how that You know, I'm not the only one. Just in case you thought I was the only one, I'm not. There are more. This cake's one of them.
Fun fact: whenever somebody says, "I think it was just funny," they actually never think it was funny.
Yeah, no, it's
And
the
it never is actually funny. It's always like, "Hey, I was just thinking the other day about that stupid piece of shit move you pulled on me, and I'm a little mad at it."
Yeah. I just think it's funny that.
Well, I didn't find that hilarious at all. Oh yeah, I wasn't actually funny. I'm sorry. Oh god. Oh god. I mean, Evie's used that on me a few times. I'm like, oh, here we go. Ding,
Yep.
ding, ding. Let's go. Come on, let's fight. Let's fight it out. Oh god. But yeah, that is also really where what I find the most confusing thing in the game is, I guess it kind of makes sense because it is a FromSoft game. Their idea of time travel and memories.
I didn't even look. I'm gonna be straight with you. I haven't put one iota of a thought into their time travel memory thing. I was just like, "Yep, this is how it is."
Yeah, like, but I only bring it up because like I got shit for like killing that one merchant in the past. I'm like, but if he already exists in the future, and I'm just having a memory, doesn't really matter what it shouldn't really matter what I do because like I'm going from the future to my memory because I still have like the prosthetic arm and everything. That's not actually me from the past. This is new me experiencing past me events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like how you remember it in your head, because you're praying at a statue, then suddenly like, oh man, I'm in here. I'm like, okay, this is obviously just a dream. Nope, your actions have consequences in the past apparently. But people in chat were like, yeah, what'd you expect to happen? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't think they would actually die. I thought that I thought I was just having a bad memory or something. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know how
especially
these things
since
work.
yeah, it's framed as if it's a memory, like you're remembering something and going back. But like, yeah, like you were saying, but then all of a sudden, the things you do in your memory change the reality. But
Yeah.
Also,
I
how
guess
the fuck do you kill Allfather 2 and then still fight Allfather 1 in the present, and that doesn't change?
Yeah, like the way he talks to makes it seem like he knows that you have come from the future to fight him. Because he's like, oh, but like every time he dies, he's like,
unless we're just both dumb and he actually went back. No, because you kill him in Fight 1.
well, that's in
right?
the future. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah, in the future you kill him. Then in
Yeah.
the past you kill him.
yeah.
Well, I mean, just besides that, like the way he was talking, it seemed like he
Yeah,
knew
he
you
knew.
came from the future. He's like, oh, you are just a hungry wolf or something. I'm like, oh,
Well,
He
what's
also
weird
talks
about
about the prosthetic.
yeah.
exactly.
So what's weird about that is because I watched Matt fight the Allfather, and all I had to do was just sit there and be like, "You want me to look something up?" and then read the conversation they're having while Matt's focusing on trying not to die. And when he talks about the prosthetic arm, this is what's so weird about it is he talks about it like he's seen it for the first time, like he's like, "Oh, you had the prosthetic arm. I know somebody who had that, right?" So that part of the conversation is as if he's past Allfather, right? But then other parts of the conversation also make you think that he knows other stuff that had already happened, and so it's like, okay, but like when is this happening? And I think the only thing that I can think of is that the game is using the idea of a memory to also have time travel, but it's like it's not time travel in a sense that it changes everything in reality, but it changes like just your character's perspective on reality.
Well, yeah, it's just the Dark Souls time travel where it's just vague. It's just vague. They're like, you're in the past now. Oh, okay.
But like,
But
you're
also,
not in
you are the
past.
future. Yeah. Like the whole Dark Souls 1 DLC. Yeah, you're in both timelines. You are the hero of both worlds, but you're not also. It's fine. Whatever. Oh, okay. Thanks.
They also do some crazy timeline shit in Dark Souls 3's DLC, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think in Dark Souls 3 DLC, they pull like a Demon Souls where you fight like not a player, but a representation of the Dark Souls 1 player.
Oh shit!
I'm not 100% sure, but I remember something vaguely that happening in the Dan Gaisling stream.
Oh,
I didn't watch
about
all
right.
of it because I didn't want spoilers.
Yeah.
gotcha.
But I mean, yeah. It sounds about right, but it's like it's fucking FromSoft time travel bullshit. But
Yeah, I wonder if maybe they view time travel in because like some people don't view it as the things you do in the past change your present, but that they view it as just one line where if you come in contact with something in the past, it just changes your new like situation, but the stuff you did before, it doesn't affect the stuff that happened before.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense when it comes to killing the Allfather beforehand and then.
Well, that's what I was trying
to.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, because you kill the Allfather, the owl, right? The first time, but then he's still alive, he's still alive for that moment, even though you supposedly go back in the past and kill him in his father form. And I was just thinking, well, maybe they view it as just a continuous line. But then you were saying, well, if you kill the merchant in the past, is he just no longer available? Like, was he previously available? Now he's no longer available when you get back to the future?
Well, no, because he's the one that has the plans the invasion on the castle.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's all still there.
But you kill him in the past, but he still exists or whatever. Yeah.
In the future. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Anyway.
It's like a different reality.
I have one question. Don't spoil me if it comes out, if it gets explained in an ending or whatever, but do you ever figure out who actually stabs you in the past?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
It doesn't come out in an ending, though.
Yeah, well, I mean...
It should have come out.
Yeah, you should have...
You should already know.
Yeah, you should already know.
Was it Al?
It might come out in an ending.
I don't think it happens in an ending. The endings have nothing to do with that, because that's, like, extra.
Well, I didn't know, like, on the way to an ending, you figure out what the full story is. I didn't know. I'm going through, like, ending.
Well, we'll just be careful and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. If I still never figure it out, I'll ask.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
But, like, I suspect it was Al because, like, he pretends to be dead, or like, you think he's dead at the rock the first time you go back to the past. And it's not like there's, like, a sword in your chest, like, oh, that's probably Dad. And then, like, when you meet him back in the future, he's like, I thought you were dead. And you're like, no, I thought you were dead. But then, like,
I thought we were dead.
But if he died before you, how would he know that you died? Unless he's the one that tried to kill you. Ooh. Outward is okay. It's an okay game.
Ah, you got to experience that.
It's bad, but
yeah.
Yeah. So what was your? Because I remember we told you.
Yeah.
What
was your experience? Because mine in Cultist was not good.
I've only played like a little bit of it. Maybe like an hour or so.
Oh, yep. Same as them.
Well, so far, yeah. I just got on the Epic Store because it was doing that giant sale. Oh, I forgot to add that, but it's whatever. The whole fucking Epic Store thing. But I got it for like $12. I'm like, I can get it for $12. I can try anything out for $12. And yeah, I got like maybe 2 or 3 runs of killing those chicken things. I'm like, okay, this is taking forever to get the money.
Yep.
I'm just going to bloop, bloop, bloop. Now I got 15,000 silver. Now I'm going to experience this game with everything it has, and it's still okay. It's nothing too exciting. I got to
did
the part...
you? Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I was just about to ask about that. Yeah.
I got to the part where like you have like 3 major decisions. It seems like, oh, come with me, your childhood friend, or come with me, your friend, or come with me, the elder. I'm like, oh, well, we'll see how this adventure goes with my home base over here, and then they want me to travel through like a whole nother continent, even though you can only have so much money on you. Rich people problems mostly.
Right. I wonder if that first area was just to basically attempt to teach you a concept.
No, because that area is way too big.
The giant map, yeah.
I was just thinking about how you had to put all this work into having a hideout, and then you're going to be traveling somewhere now. So I'm assuming you'd have a new hideout.
Have that. Well, you don't have a hideout. You have your house that's being foreclosed on.
Yeah.
Remember, you have to pay for it.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Sorry. But yeah, like you have the house that you did all this work to save, right? And now you're going to go leave and travel. And I'm assuming you're not just going to be able to fast travel back all the time. But maybe you do.
I saw on like one of the loading screens, it said something about traveling or fast traveling. I'm not for sure. I kind of want to just like play with it, just have fun with it for now. Then like maybe do another playthrough where I try to like play it straight and see how it is. But like it just doesn't seem that great, which is sad because it has a really cool concept to it, but it just feels like they never quite reach any mark that they were trying to aim for.
Yeah, they had a bunch of marks that they kind of half did.
Yeah, like they just constantly missed. It was like, oh yeah, it's this giant open world where you can do anything to save yourself or do whatever, get that money somehow. With all these characters and whatnot, but the characters have like mismatching voice lines. Sometimes they have to do the full chat boxes.
Yep.
And it's just like, okay. And then you can only talk to like 3 people out of like a town of like 25 people. It's like, okay, that's fine.
It seems big, but actually it's small.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just like they just threw bodies at it, and it's like, okay. And like it's weird because in RPGs, you can usually talk to everybody in a town, and like there's usually like a reward for like figuring out like, oh, talk to fucking Jim behind the barrel over here. He knows the secret way to get to the cave to get that one fucking golden idol you can sell for like 50 silver or something. But no, it's just like I'm just awkwardly walking up to people. I'm like, can we talk? No? Okay. Can I talk to you? Okay. Well, you have a glowing sword. Maybe I can talk to you. Oh, yeah. Okay. I can talk to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it seems like they try to make it open worlds and you do whatever you want to like a degree that is not feasible for the type of game that they're trying to make. Because it's like, oh, well, we don't want to like create scripted events too much, or hold their hand and have them do a series of steps to get something done. It's like they wanted to create like a goal, like do this and then create the world to make that possible. But then it's like, all right, but what if you don't know how to get there? And with the money, like Matt and Coulter like barely scraped together enough by the deadline, and that was like going around and like scrounging for things to sell.
Yeah. Just a bunch of shit. Is there like a giant map you can have or something, or do you just get a map for that area?
Fuck, I don't know.
Idea. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to find like this one merchant was like, hey, if you deliver this thing to some place and start with a B, like Bend or something, like, and then if you can deliver this to somebody in Bend, I'll give you some money on retrieval or whatever for delivery. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me just plan the path. Okay, we got bandit camps, we got some weird shit in the middle here. Nothing that says that town's name.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So if I remember right, with that stuff, you have to just explore and discover it. There's no like
cool.
previously
there's signs and stuff like that.
Yeah, you have to look at the signs and shit. Yeah.
Well, I just found it weird that you know where the bandit camps are at, or like like where a bunch of stuff is at in that area, but you don't know where everything's at, especially a fucking town.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, whatever. But so yeah, that's I'll probably play a little bit more of that in my free time, just for shits and giggles. See what shenanigans I can get into. And then we can enter the Gungeon. I've been playing a little bit with Evie for the YouTubes and whatnot. Very fun game. What are your guys' opinions about the co-op camera for the little bit that you did play?
It is not good.
Okay,
it's problematic.
There's plenty of times where you're trying to fight it basically the whole time,
especially in boss
battles. And I think
battles.
it only follows the first player.
Yeah.
So the first player has to
be cognizant of where the second player is at. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Fisker.
I was just saying. I don't know if it does that because I've had numerous times where I can't move the camera at all because Evie's hiding in a corner trying to shoot these things, and I'm trying to like run around, shoot them too.
Yeah.
And I can't see where the enemies are at because she's in the corner and I can't move the camera. And it's just like, okay, they could have maybe worked on this a little bit better, like just increase at least for boss rooms, like it's not too bad when you're like playing against or you're fighting against like normal creatures in the rooms and whatnot, but
right.
For the boss rooms, you kind of need like a giant like a field of view. Otherwise, you're like, oh, well, the bullet twins are somewhere in this corner over here. Oh, they're shooting at me. Oh, God. Oh, okay, we're all dead because I can't see them. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah, with that, it's like both characters have to be on the screen at all times. And you can't, like the camera, I think, favors the first player, but then if the second player is not moving with them, then it stops. Like that's like the stopping point. So
Yeah.
in order for the boss battles to work out in a way that doesn't just get you hit all the time by shit, you basically both have to kind of move as a unit.
Yeah.
Which I think
is-
Matt and I do okay because we both play the game. But if Evie's over there like, I don't want to get hit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she plays a lot of Isaac. She's used to it being like a little bit slower and not having like do dodge rolls and shit. So I understand it, but it's like, yeah, I mean, I'll look into it. Maybe I can like find a mod or something that like fixes.
You know what?
the
I was
camera.
just thinking there's probably a mod
Man, I was
that
like,
fixes
hey,
some of that.
eh.
But yeah, I agree that it's not very good.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one, because like a lot of people I've heard talk good things about the Gungeon. I'm like, oh yeah, Gungeon single player is great. Gungeon co-op, yeah.
I could take it or leave it. Mostly leave it.
I wish. I also wish you could like pick a character.
Yeah,
as a second
instead of
player.
having the nerfer.
Yeah, but it's like I like the idea of the cultist and like its whole backstory and whatnot. But I wish you had like the choice to pick and not like, oh, you're stuck with this guy now. Okay,
Yeah.
good luck.
I think they were just scared of having two main characters be too strong, but I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, like the cultist has about the same amount of things as you do. You
Yeah,
have a
especially with the
revive
free
cookie.
revive.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'll look into it. I'm sure there's mods out there fixing it somehow. So
there is one mod that
Oh,
doesn't
sweet.
necessarily target co-op specifically, but what it does is
Then what
it
the
creates
fuck?
a static cam, so it centers the camera to the center of the room, and then like messes with that to make sure everything's visible, but the camera doesn't follow you. You move within the camera's view.
So like it has like you can see the whole room
Yeah,
and you just
Yeah.
move within it. Oh, okay.
yeah.
I can.
I'll
I can
send it
take
to you
that.
on Discord. Yeah, there you go.
Hell yeah, sweet.
But that, I mean,
one palm down.
yeah, yeah. The other
More
stuff that I
to go.
looked at, people were like, "I like the way it is," blah 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 blah, and all that shit. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, single player is fine with having that camera, but co-op is just terrible. But
Yeah.
have you? I mean, you've all been playing Enter the Gungeon, right? Doing some noob gen.
Yeah.
Are we transitioning to what we played?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
Okay.
do. But
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, we did only a little bit of co-op noob gen. I think Matt, you were like off the stream.
Yeah.
Was like, well, I'll play like a little bit of co-op, but it's like the connection makes it where we both can't really play to our best, capability. So oftentimes it turns into, it's like fun, but we don't make it very far because as you get further, it requires more and more like finesse that playing over
Yeah.
Parsec doesn't really provide.
yeah,
But I mean, it's still fun, and we've
I mean,
been
you're doing
able to-
better on your solo
Yeah.
rounds.
Yeah, so that was
I
kind
mean,
of like
you
this
talk about your
consensus.
Solo rounds.
Yeah. So I think my solo runs have suffered from me not playing every day like I had before, just a little bit
Yeah.
because of
that happens.
recent repetition stuff. But what
sorry.
what was that?
We're on a podcast.
I know. Sorry, I was looking at something he sent me real quick. I'm like, oh, okay. Great.
Yeah, but for my solo runs, like I've gotten better with the knowledge of the game and what I'm supposed to do, and I've been able to consistently perfect or close to perfect the first floor and sometimes even the second floor, but I haven't been like I still have a hard time getting past the fourth floor more than just like the one time that I did.
Yeah,
but,
you get to the fifth floor, and
yeah,
it was pretty much a one run. You just
yeah,
had to play good.
and I didn't play good.
And
I
then-
kind of dropped the ball. Yeah,
You threw.
God damn it,
It's-
Spencer.
yeah. It's one of those things where you make one mistake of like movement, and then that leads you into biffing it into another mistake, and you get hit like a few times in quick succession, and you're like, well, fuck, and then
Now I'm dead.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still fun. I like streaming Enter the Gungeon. It has like a vibe where I feel like I play well off of streaming it. But I probably would never play the Enter the Gungeon off stream. I don't know.
Ever?
Yeah, probably not.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know. It's. I feel like it's more fun with people there talking about it and shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's fun. Matt and I, what else did we play together? And then we'll talk about what we played separately. Obviously, Melee. Been having some good games with that. Matt's still been kind of, I mean, acclimated over to playing over NetPlay just fine. Like, it seems, I mean, there's still things that are harder to do because it's NetPlay, but we've been having some pretty, yeah, we've been having some pretty explosive games nonetheless recently.
Nice.
As far as games that we played together, this last week we didn't play like anything.
Yeah, we did.
Really?
On Tuesday, we played World War Z.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Was it?
And we bought it off of Epic because hate gamers. I was actually in Bear Taffy's chat, and I used his code to buy mine or whatever.
Nice.
And I told him about it, and he had a good laugh about that.
A good heart chuckle.
Yeah, yeah. Matt, myself, and Coulter all played World War Z. It's pretty fun. It's like a solid game.
I would say since fucking Steam is over there jerking themselves off to fucking, I don't know, all their Steam money and not making any games, Left 4 Dead 3, that this is a very good Left 4 Dead clone. It's basically, and it's really weird because I was talking about it in the when we were playing it, but the chat, like not the chat, the metagame or whatever to the game is almost the same. You can almost feel when there's going to be a special zombie.
Yeah.
Because of all the hours that we put in on Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. You
Yeah.
can just kind of, you're like, I can feel it.
Yeah, like the pacing is very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
And I wonder
it's
if
fun.
they have like an AI director like Left 4 Dead did.
Oh, yeah. That would be interesting.
But yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought it was fun. I mean, Coulter's already played like 20 hours or everything.
Yeah, he was like level
So he was
29.
able to walk us through it and let us know about stuff. It was fun. I had a good time.
Nice.
You were not-
I've heard
that's
good things
something.
about it from him, and yeah, just haven't really got. They really wanted to buy it yet. So
Yeah, I think the thing that it brings to the table, outside of saying it's like a good Left 4 Dead clone, is that it takes what Left 4 Dead had as far as weapons choices, and it builds on top of it with like a I don't know what you call it. Yeah,
progression system.
Yeah, there's a progression system. It's kind of like the same type of progression system that you would think from a lot of roguelites, where you continue to play, and then even though the runs are essentially the same as far as how it goes, but overall, like your account gets better. If that but you can upgrade like shotguns or abilities, give yourself perks and stuff like that, and the separate classes are pretty cool. Yeah, like
It's also in third person. I hadn't seen any of the game, so I was expecting first person, but it's
I was
third person.
also.
oh, it's third person.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I thought that was
And
like.
the FOV was kind of fucking me up a little bit.
yeah, and you can't change it.
nauseous.
I wonder if you can go into the INI and do it, but
Yeah, you probably can.
Maybe.
I had to move further back from my monitor. But I also hadn't eaten anything that day, so that might have helped, or not helped.
made it worse.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
And then besides that, games that we played together. What's funny is we talked a whole bunch about Grim Dawn and Legend of Legendary Adventures of Van Helsing or whatever the fucking name is, but we hadn't played it really since.
Oh shit.
But yeah, played World War Z. Been playing Melee. In my off time, I'd actually been playing a game.
What?
Matt suggested a while back that I start playing Persona 5, and I did. And I'm
Oh, shit.
15 hours in, and I've beaten the first palace, and it's a great game.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
It
really
is.
good. Yeah, it's addictive. You play for you can't just play for like a couple hours, because like the game kind of keeps pushing you forward. It's like
Yeah, a couple hours is like 2 lines of dialogue anyway. So.
right, Yeah, or a couple hours is like just you deciding what you want to do at the end of a couple of days, you know. But no, I like, because what's weird is I already kind of know a bunch about the game, but also didn't know a lot of how any of it worked, as far as mechanics and gameplay and all that shit. Yeah, it's fun. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know. I have no idea, and I also haven't seen any of them yet, like who my chick is going to be. But
Your waifu for lifu?
yeah, so I haven't. I can tell I haven't gotten far enough yet for that to be a thing.
Damn.
And I was telling Matt, I'm like, I kind of like the doctor, but then she started talking about how, like, she likes it when young boys do what she says, and I'm like, I'm not about that. I don't. You know, like, oh, you were kind of cool, but then there's like this weird subtle dom type thing. I'm like, no, I'm good.
I'm gonna get dominated right now. I got a lot to think about in my future as a high school student.
Yeah.
A second year high school student, not even like a senior.
Nope. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So maybe not.
I mean, like when I first played, I was like, I really liked Anne. She was American. So that's bonus.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Of course.
but you know, Makoto, she just came out of, you know,
Yeah, I
came
just
out
got
of
introduced to
nowhere.
her.
And I'm like, you know what? That's my girl. That's my girl.
She's gonna
You're
revolver and a motorcycle. Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, so
Just
that's how the decision was basically made for me.
I didn't really have a choice, actually. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, well, waifu for lifu, as you know, someone, you know, wise said just a few minutes ago. Seems like yesterday.
Wow.
But yeah, I think I did all 15 hours in like 3 days, just like at the end, you know, at the end of work or stream or whatever. I would like get on and be like, oh, you know, I'll do a little bit of this or a little bit of that, and the game pushes you forward by kind of not giving you a chance to save for whole sequences. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to save now. We're about to leave the thing, but then events happen, right? So you're like, oh, I can't save yet. And then by the time you get to where you save, like, okay, I'll save. Ah, but I want to do this.
But I want to see. I want to do this or gotta boost up some S-links real quick. I'm so close. I got one more time to hang out with Anne to boost her link up to 3.
Yeah, I haven't.
I gotta go eat a giant Big Bang burger.
Yeah,
need some
all
more
that just
guts.
unlocked to me. Yeah, like the Big Bang Burger thing, and I don't know about you guys, but I bought all of the items available to me for the palaces before I beat the first palace, like the first run of items, right? Like I by the end of the first palace, I had bought all of the most expensive armors and the most expensive weapons, you know, like that I could get, because you get so much fucking cash if you just use the vision and just steal everything. And you go back to the guy, you're like, here's 12,000 fucking gold. I'm like, oh, or coins or whatever. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. Or yen.
You can like rack up some money pretty quick in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I also started doing jobs
sure.
early on, so I've been getting like 3,000 a day on the days that I work. But
Yeah,
Not bad.
I went jobless.
No job run.
oh,
I
this,
think I did the job thing just to go with like the florist side quest or something.
I'm doing florist right now, but I don't have a side
I
quest
did
for it.
not know that there were confidants locked behind jobs, or I would have done them. I know there were in Persona 4. I did not know it was in Persona 5. So
I didn't know
shit.
either. I just know that I'd met the requirement for charm, because I went to the bathhouse a couple of times, and I'm like, well, this pays more. So I'm just doing the florist job now. But yeah, fun game. Speaking of jobs and going jobless, Matt, you've been playing Persona 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
Oh.
I've been playing it a little bit. It's fun. I just got done with the Rises, not palace, but her dungeon or whatever.
Her
Yeah,
mind, her TV.
Yeah.
All the
And
terminology is different and shit. Yeah.
the fucking oh god, dude, her boss fight. Spoilers, BT Dubs is also very provocative. Number one, and number two, hard. Because I don't know, in Persona 4, you can, because I've been doing it, but it's harder to do the castles in like 1 to 2 shots.
Yeah.
In Persona 4 or Persona 5, I did that literally every time. It was like the first day of the palace, I completed that bitch almost like all the way. In this game, it's like way harder, and it's a lot harder to keep going than it was in Persona 5.
How do you guys? Well, go ahead. Sorry.
You go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask how you guys are able to do that, because I have a problem with my SP running out, and I don't have any items really to do it. I went and bought all the fucking drinks I could, and they give you like 5 at a time.
I mean, it's kind of a mixture. Eventually you unlock a way to heal inside the dungeon. I don't know if I can't remember that's in Persona 5, but in Persona 4 you do. But it costs literally like 33,000 yen.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that makes it pretty expensive.
Yeah, it's most of my money to finish a palace in like 1 or 2 goes.
Yeah, well, because like I know you can do the whole like square button thing to heal with what you have, but it just heals your health. It doesn't do your SP, you know. And that's the big thing that holds me back, is because I depend on
like
getting
heal.
people's
It does your health and SP.
Yeah, because I depend on getting doing all the weakness shit and just like all out attacking them like right away. And for creatures that are way more powerful than me that I can't all out attack and kill them in 1 hit, I just make them give me money.
Yeah,
like that's how I do all the battles.
I think you just had to kind of balance it, because if you constantly attack the weaknesses, you're gonna run out of SP. So I usually would oh, I'm running low. I probably shouldn't spend more SP here, so I'll just slow it down and either run away from fights or just attack them normally and just heal up, since I have like 30,000 health drinks, but like 2 SP drinks. So
right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I might just do that, because we have way more options to heal yourself than you do to up your SP.
Well, yeah, because you can do like the whole JRPG thing where you can use spells to heal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dia is
so
great.
I did that a lot. But yeah, I've been, I just got done with that. I've been taking it slow. I've been playing a shit ton of Fight Night.
Yeah, tell us about
Tales
that,
of
dude.
the Undertaker. Let's go.
All right. So the Undertaker.
Oh shit.
Has, his ending record was like 53-3. He got to the top of the mountain finally.
Mm-hmm.
He took the light heavyweight championship, and he took the heavyweight championship, unified them. And he was active for about probably like 10 to 12 years, I think. And and then I lost. He lost the unified title, and he hung up his gloves.
Oh shit.
Okay. Hung up his gloves. But he had a son.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
Blaine.
Blaine?
Yeah.
Like, kind of like King?
No, Blaine, like the gym leader Blaine.
Oh. I just, with Undertaker, I thought he was going with a Kane reference. And then,
No.
Gotcha.
Tell him Blaine's last name, dude.
It's LeBlanc.
Blaine LeBlanc. Whoa, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. That sounds familiar.
Yeah. Same. I use the same name basically for everything.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to think too hard about it. And he took his wife's name. That's why it's different than my last name or Undertaker's last name.
Yeah.
And he goes by. He's the everyman. He likes strong women. Anyways, so he is. He went into heavyweight immediately. Big guy, 6'9". All right. Basically, as tall as you can be in, the heavyweight weight class.
Is this the guy that you sent me the video of? Oh. All right.
And he's a motherfucking monster. My dude is right now 53-0. Can you guess how many KOs?
53.
53 KOs.
Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah.
All right. And you know what he's never seen? Let me tell you what he's never seen.
The third
All right?
round.
He's never seen the fourth round. Shut up! You're ruining my jokes.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I'll put away my vague video game ESP away for 5 minutes here. The only superpower I ever got in my entire life. I have approximate knowledge of most things.
Yeah, I know. It's uncanny. All right. He's never seen the fourth round.
Okay.
He's never seen the squared circle mat. All right. He's never seen his own blood. That's right. He's never, ever been busted open. He's never seen himself bleed. Okay? My man is unbleedable. All right?
It sounds like someone trying to say unbeatable.
For a reason. He
Oh, he's
goes
the
out
warrior.
there, he starts wars, and you know what? He fucking finishes them. All right? Before the fifth round. All right?
Oh, before the
You know
fourth
what
round.
else? Yeah. Well, yeah, he finishes it like in the fourth, you know.
So he has seen the fourth round. He just has not seen the fifth
No,
round.
I fucked up.
Okay.
No, he's never seen.
sorry.
You know, it's hard trying to string together stuff. I've been throwing off my game a little bit.
Sorry.
Anyways, dude's a fucking monster,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like the perfect specimen of athleticism. Not only does he have the light heavyweight championship, he has the heavyweight championship. He also has the unified belt. All right, for both weight classes, which is kind of dumb to me, but you have to defend all three of those belts separately. So it doesn't combine them into one belt. You have to defend all three, which I don't know, doesn't make sense. But whatever.
Well, weight classes and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a unified belt.
Well, I'm just saying, like, never mind. It's a video game. I don't give a shit. Go ahead. Wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. I actually don't care about this. Never mind.
So he's been a lot of fun. He did do like, oh god, I've never. Because the other guy, I trained him really bad. This guy is literally like all natural, no steroids. But the dude is fucking jacked. All right, just putting it mildly. I sent Spencer a video. You want to describe the video, Spencer?
Yeah. So in the video, and I have it right here, it's a slow motion, partially slow motion account of basically him just laying hands on this guy's face in the corner of the ring over and over and over again, and knocks him down. And the guy goes down, it gets back up at the 8 count, and it's like, it looks to me, when watching the video, I want to full screen the video. There it is. When watching the video, that like Matt's like not even been hit yet, and the guy's basically toasted. Like one more exchange, the guy's dead.
It was actually
down.
that same round that I knocked him out.
Shit.
Yeah, but literally, it's just him like God, and the guy's head just back and forth the whole time. That stands no fucking chance. Also, Matt, you were telling me that you haven't even, like, for this guy, never even paid any money for a cut, man. You've been rocking like the default guy the whole time.
Mm-hmm. I've never paid money because the motherfucking the highway robbery. They take the trainer takes up to 40% of your purse. Okay, I got mouths to feed. I'm only making $8 to $9 million a fight. Okay, 40% of that, my dude is eating better than me. Okay, so when you split that with 40 for a trainer, 40 for a fucking cut man, all right. Then you gotta, there's a fee. The fucking arena has to make money. It's like they don't sell concessions or some shit. All right. I was bringing home like 800,000 for $8 million, $9 million fights. All right. My dad made that mistake. Okay. Hired a cut man and a trainer. All right. Blaine, I'm smarter. All right. Work smarter, not harder. Unless it's on your body, then you work hard as shit. Okay? So I said, fuck that. I'm never getting hit. All right? Which is true. Well, it's mostly true. I get hit, but it doesn't draw blood, so it doesn't count.
Yeah. You don't need a cut man,
Yeah.
It's
So
not
I don't
really
need the fucking cut man. That's another 40% in my pocket. All right? In my pocket. All right? So I'm rich as hell. I got like 50 mil in the bank. I got all the best stuff, that I have unlocked. And it's life is good. Nothing I can complain about.
It says on this image that you sent me that your rival's name was Dwayne Green.
Yeah, Dwayne Green. Let me tell you something about Dwayne Green. All right.
Okay.
All right. That dude is a fucking loser. All right. That dude is a fucking loser. All right. You know what? I'm gonna pull up his goddamn record right now. I'll tell you what. All right. I'm gonna pull up his record, and it's embarrassing. It's like 1-28. And let me tell you, I'm 20 of those 28. All right.
I was about to say, in order for him to be a rival, doesn't he have to like win a few fights too, or something? Like the idea of a rival is like you're competing against each other, and it's not just you killing one person the entire time. That's a murder. That's not having a rival.
Well,
that's just
when I get into the ring,
murder.
some people call it a murder.
Well, I mean that's fair.
Right.
With 53 knockouts.
But
I'll do it.
One of the worst, even worse than my dad, because this motherfucker keeps coming back. All right, I wanted to give him a title shot. All right, just so I could knock his ass out in less than a minute. All right, but my dude ain't putting in the work. I can't fight him. All right, I done knocked all of his senses out.
His hearing, his seeing.
He's got five. He's got 5 cauliflower ears. Yeah, figure that one out.
5. All right, let me tell you
extra ones.
This motherfucker's record.
Okay.
Right now, I'm 56-0. All right.
Okay.
56-0.
Oh shit! You told us 53 earlier. That's an update.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Oh shit.
Got so many wins, don't even remember how many.
Hashtag fake news.
So I'm ranked number 1 in 3 weight classes. All right. Dwayne Green, 49th, 3-28, and he has 1 KO.
Jesus.
That's just pathetic.
That's like a not even close to contender. Fucking. That's just like a guy who's like, I don't like you. He's just some guy.
Not even worth my time. You want to know how many fucking punches I've thrown? I can tell you. I've counted. I got nothing else to do while I'm knocking motherfuckers out. 9,455.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. You know how many landed?
9.
How many?
9.
57.
Really?
1,000.
Okay. Oof.
Yeah. Making sure.
I was like, wait a minute.
My punch accuracy is 60. That's pretty damn good.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I defended the belt 19 times.
Yeah. At that point,
And
it's
that's
like
cut between weight classes. I have to lose like 40 pounds for each weight class. I'm switching. I have to defend the belt every 53 weeks. Shit's insane. But I'm knocking out the same motherfuckers. Anyways, we can move on. That's just been my career. I got another guy going, but it's getting close. I think it's getting time for me to retire.
Oh.
So when in the lineage are you going to have somebody try to go take all weight classes?
Well, I don't know. I would like to.
I think you'd have to, like, the way you would do it, I think you had to, like, start, like, at the lowest weight and work your way up.
That's
And
funny.
just be like a big old dude.
That's the next guy.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
I started him at a featherweight. And I'm going to give you a little hint to his name. You might know. His last name is Mac.
Oh, Mac.
Oh, is it big?
Or is it little?
He's not a full Mac. He's in the featherweight.
Yeah.
He might be a whittle guy. I don't know.
He's a Whittle Mac.
First name might be something that rhymes with whittle.
Oh, shit.
Whittle.
All right.
Look,
Police.
the cops are coming after him.
Oh, fuck.
That's how dangerous he is already. He's already 9-0. The fucking featherweights, they don't know what the fuck is going on.
Oh, my God.
They said, oh, shit, it's Blaine Son.
Oh, God. Well, I can't wait to hear about the adventures of Little Mac next podcast.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be good.
But most of the time in my free time, I'm like, Oh, fucking just play Fight Night. It's basically the same game I'm doing.
I just want to beat the shit out of some people, you know?
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so we can move on to stories now.
Yeah.
All
So let's start with our first topic: the whole LootBox extravaganza.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, there's a LootBox bill that is currently being put forward, and
Just another week in gaming, another fucking loot box story.
yep. But apparently
Tired
this
of
is
them yet, folks?
If you're tired, I'm tired.
tired. Yeah. So apparently for this one, for this situation, it's like bipartisan. It's going to the Senate, and there's a lot of interesting stuff in the bill. Fiskik, your link mostly focused on the bipartisanship of it, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Because it was pushed by a Republican, and then the two Democrats were like, "Oh, what a good idea! Not to prey on the children. Fantastic."
yeah, it's like Congress must
We
send
only
it,
allow our priests to do that.
right, of course.
You have to have a certain degree of pedigree in order to prey on children.
A quote here is Congress must send a clear warning to app developers and tech companies: children are not cash cows to exploit for profit. So, and then in the link that I had found that kind of builds upon that, which I find kind of interesting, is it goes into just what is actually being, like, what the wording
bill
is, you know, in the build. And it says here, according to the proposed bill, a pay-to-win microtransaction means an add-on transaction to an interactive digital entertainment product that eases the user's progression through content otherwise available within a game without the purchase of such transaction, or assists a user in accomplishing an achievement within the game that can otherwise be accomplished without the purchase, or assists a user in receiving an award. Like, they go deep into all these different versions, and it gets even. There's one here where it says, or permits a user to continue to access the content of the game that had previously been accessible to the user, but is made inaccessible after the expiration of a timer or a number of gameplay attempts, which is crazy because this affects those dumbass fucking games that have the timer shit on, you know, like the mobile games where you have to give them crystals to give yourself more time so you can continue. And there's so many, like, what would essentially be like a game I'd want to play that I don't want to play because it forces me to wait for time or give them money, you know?
Like that Harry Potter one where the devil's snare is choking you out, and it's like, pay this amount of crystals you're to survive, and your dude's just sitting there getting choked out, can't even utter. He can't do that because he's getting choked.
What's crazy about that is that situation, it's impossible to get past that without paying money or waiting like a day to get enough stuff, because I tried.
I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure my dude is dead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's fucking dead.
But,
or he just got the strongest neck in the universe.
What's fucking weird about this is that it's bipartisan.
Yeah.
Both parties are for it, but you know for a fucking fact, as soon as these game companies start lobbying to get certain Democrats and Republicans onto the seat, then they're going to be like, we were wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think this gotcha stuff, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not what they all cracked it up to be. Most kids don't even play these games.
Yeah. You know,
I
we'll just have an addendum. We'll just exclude EA games.
Or exclude Chinese-made games.
Yeah, or, 10-cent. We love them.
I'm actually surprised they haven't, like, tried to do that yet.
I'm sure they're trying right now.
Yeah, probably like, oh fuck, quick, epic. Throw money in that area too, fuck it.
Yeah, because one of the things that this guy brings up in the article on Polygon is, it says here, well, first off, it has a different section for loot boxes entirely, and it defines them as an add-on transaction that in a randomized or partially randomized fashion unlocks a feature of the product, adds to or enhances the entertainment value of the product, or allows the user to make one or more additional add-on transactions that the user could not have made without making the first add-on transaction, and the content of which is unknown to the user until after the user has made the first add-on transaction, which I totally agree with. But like the wording on that, sick, It basically makes whatever happened with the Battlefront 2 thing impossible. But also,
Yeah, they always just got to push a little more than they should. You know,
yep.
Yeah.
they
Well, I
always
mean,
want a little bit more.
that's just the whole thing of capitalism. They're just going to keep pushing.
Yep.
Every company everywhere is just pushing just a little bit more. God damn it.
Well, while that's
How
happening,
many murders happen on your street?
I don't know. It's very. I hate it.
I'm sure it's just related to that last one that went by too. They're just a little late to the party.
Probably.
Like, oh
or, you
shit,
know.
there's been a murder. We'll get it in a minute.
Jim's got it.
Jim's got. We'll gotta stop here and eat some real quick. Well, it's just we live. I thought in like a nicer area of Seattle, but this shit happens all the time, every weekend.
Well, think about it this way.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, think about it this way. You probably are in a nicer area because the police are coming.
Oh, maybe. Well, that's true. Never thought about it that way.
They arrive regularly.
Silver lining.
Yeah.
The sirens are like a nice little blanket of protection, not an annoying, loud-ass thing whenever I try to do streams or podcasts or anything.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. No, I think just because we're like in like right by the downtown area with like a bunch of bars and shit, so I'm sure people are just stupid assholes. But anyways, video games, capitalism.
Right. Yeah. So
everything
the next
sucks.
Yeah, the thing with the loot box thing is that it doesn't. The language also calls into question the practice of selling randomized packs of cards in games like Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering, which I find kind of interesting because like what are they going to do? Because looking at the definition that they have there, if the content of which is unknown to the user until after the user has made the first add-on transaction, then if that goes through with that wording, then games like Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering, which are totally open for children to play, especially Hearthstone, will have to completely rethink how they provide cards. And it'll be a big argument because they're like, well, this is what they do in real card packs. Like, why can't we do it in the game?
Well,
that whole
because one is physical and one is code.
Digital. Yeah.
That's the big thing. Yeah. One, you actually own the cards, and the other one, you just buy access to the cards.
Yeah.
So
to a random selection of cards.
Yeah.
Hurry up and play Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering Arena while they're still available to you.
I'm sure they'll be available. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll figure it out. The cool thing about Magic the Gathering Arena, though, is you can actually, every time you buy a pack of cards, which you can buy via gyms and, for winning daily challenges and whatnot, each time you open up a pack, you upgrade a bar to unlock these things called wild cards, which you can use to redeem for any card of that rarity, like common, uncommon, rare, epic.
And you can choose it?
Yeah, you can choose it, but it's you can also have the chance to actually just win a random wild card in a pack of cards. But each time you open up a pack of cards, you also increase the chance. You also actually progress a bar, in the path to unlock another wild card.
So they're trying to kind of make up for the total randomness by giving you kind of like an outlet to be able to still get a card that you want eventually, without having to just continue to buy card pack after card pack and just hope for it.
Yeah. Yep. So I thought that was cool. I mean, I like that better than Hearthstone thing where you just buy a pack of cards. Fuck you. Just keep buying cards. Fuck you.
Just deal with that, and maybe you'll get it within a reasonable time. You probably won't. And then the other thing about this is this mostly has to do with the sales to kids under 18. So it says here that the bill would specifically prohibit pay-to-win microtransactions and loot boxes in minor-oriented games, meaning games that are geared towards children under 18. But also it goes further than that and says that it would prohibit pay-to-win microtransactions and loot boxes in games where the publisher or distributor has constructive knowledge that any users are under age 18, under age 18. And we talked about this before the podcast, but basically meaning that if the publisher of the game or developer of the game, I think it's just publishers, but no, it says publisher or distributor, so that's interesting. It doesn't say developer, but if they were to know or have any kind of reasonable thought that a kid could play a game or could have access to their game, then they have to follow all the loot box and microtransaction rules. Which this guy makes a point of saying that it asks whether the operator knew or should have known that minors were using the service, and it's going to force companies to do the grappling of whether or not what games they're going to have to admit that kids can play mature games, like they have access to them,
Yeah.
Which I find kind of interesting. So I don't know. Seems like so far everything, this first run of it, from what I've read and seen, I haven't read the whole thing myself because it's like fucking 18 pages, but it seems like pretty good. It seems fair. It seems so far like what should be happening, and I find it kind of funny that in this legal document they use a bunch of terms that have been made up by like the gaming community. Like microtransaction is not a word that existed beforehand. Pay to win was just kind of like almost like a gaming slur, and then oh no, it's legal. It's a legal term now. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Way to go. Yeah.
Way to go, internet. But
we did it.
No, yeah. Jesus Christ. Just saying, way to go, gamers. We did it. Just, it hurts me a little bit.
Oh, yeah, no, it's the worst.
Gamers, rise up.
Oh, fuck.
It's like a picture of the fucking Joker from The Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah.
Are we all just a little crazy?
A little sick in the head.
Do you guys have any other particular thoughts about that?
No, that's pretty...
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. We'll keep our eyes on this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's likely to change. Just like when you see a game at E3, the graphics will likely change. This is probably likely to change too. It's going to start off good, and they're going to get good press for this thing.
Water down,
and then it'll get whittled down to basically where they're like, okay, so like, but like, if you have a thing at the beginning of the game that has them say yes to them being 18 years old, or you can do it, or some shit like that, So
just never ask for the age.
Just like with porn. Yeah. But move on to Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yes.
So, for those of you who were unaware somehow, this all kind of starts from, half starts from the events with the Notre-Dame. Notre-Dame. I don't know specifically how to say it, but
I think it's Notre-Dame.
Well, I know that like the school in America is like Notre Dame, but then, I don't know. But
who cares?
Yeah, basically,
we care. It sucks that it burnt down.
Yeah. The bits of it had burned and been destroyed. Mostly the tower and part of the roof or whatever. So the developers, Ubisoft of Assassin's Creed Unity, they had set. In fact, actually, it was on April 17th that they initially did this, but they had made the game free for a week to PC users on its Uplay platform and donated 500,000 euros to help the restoration of Notre-Dame, whose roof and spire burned earlier that week. And so they did that because they wanted people to have a chance to virtually tour the monument as it existed centuries before it was damaged, because it features so prominently in the game. And so I guess because of the gesture of goodwill, and also Matt, you were saying prior to the podcast that also the game's just been updated where it's like actually a good game now. It's not just like kind of a
a lot of people consider it one of the better ones now, that it's not a buggy piece of shit like it was on release.
Mm-hmm. But
so it got positively review bombed.
Yeah.
And then Valve's like, we're not gonna do anything about that. And then everybody was like, all right, I guess. I mean, you made this big long blog post about it.
Yeah. About both. No review bombs of any kind. Yeah, and then
I don't think anybody cared either. I don't think anybody was like, hey, wait a minute. This kind of counts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'd be an asshole if you said that, really,
Well, I think a lot, and in their blog post or whatever, they said that a lot of it was because people actually put hours into it. It wasn't like 0.3, hours
Yeah.
spent and then a negative review or something like that. It was people were playing it, people were buying it again. It was like on top of the top sellers or whatever. So it earned. I think they were saying that it earned its positive reviews or whatever. It wasn't necessarily a positive review bomb. It was more or less a lot of positive reviews came in at the same time.
Right.
You know, in a span of a few days, and that's why they're keeping the things and not really counting towards a review bomb situation.
Right. Yeah. The terminology that they were using was that the way that they talked about the review bombing before was that if it's something that was like an off-topic review that was negative or what have you, or any off-topic review in a large amount, they were going to omit from the score. But because, like from what you were saying, these types of events seem to be on topic because people were playing the game and talking about the game in general, along with talking about the good deed or whatever.
It wasn't just like Epic sucks. Downvote.
Exactly.
I can't recommend this game because it's Epic. They made me do this.
You bastards.
They've done it again.
Yeah. But
that's
yeah,
good.
so yeah, it seems good, and I'm glad because I didn't know that the game had been improved as much as it was, and I the first time I saw it, I'm like, oh well, it's nice that they donated, but also, you know, just trying to get people to buy their PC version of the game because it didn't release well, but apparently they've updated it and now it's good, and so
which kind of says a lot.
Good job.
Because apparently Assassin's Creed 3 still, even though it's like updated for the Switch or whatever, still isn't good because of just like base game problems or something.
Yeah, I think Assassin's Creed 3 is widely considered worst ones.
Yeah, because like just fundamentally broken, and then on top of all the other shit that usually comes with Assassin's Creed games.
Right.
Just like the first month, it's just shit for some reason. I'm like, oh, whoops, okay, let's
And
fix
the
things.
remaster has like old bugs and new bugs.
Jesus Christ. That's almost as bad as Fallout 76 having bugs from Fallout 4.
Having bugs from Skyrim.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Jesus, yeah. Oh,
That's
God.
nuts. Yeah, but that's cool.
You know.
I mean, Ubisoft like doing something legitimately good for once
Oh, Ubisoft. I mean, they've been all right.
recently.
I think also I can hear myself in someone's mic. Hey!
Oh.
Yeah, I can definitely hear somebody. I can hear myself.
Well, we're both wearing headphones, so that's weird.
Try it now.
Hey! I'm very faint.
Yeah, I also heard
It
it,
was
so
me.
it's got to be on Fiskay's end. And yeah,
It's me! Yay!
it was
I'm
me.
deaf.
But yeah, so let's move on to some topics that, if Fiskay, why don't you tell us about Apex Legends and its fall
Apex
from
Legends.
grace?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not.
I don't really call it a fall from grace. It's not like they did something shitty. It's
Apex Legends is in support of neo-Nazism.
Not true.
Not true at all.
No, what happened is apparently, the team behind Respawn or whatever is not as big as Fortnite's, entire team.
Yeah.
So they don't have like enough energy or people or money to make constant updates like Fortnite does. And so now their revenue has been down 74% in the last 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's...
Which sucks, because I think that game is probably the best battle royale there is out there. But if you don't have the constant updates, the newness, the new hotness, then you get left behind.
Yeah. And I still don't think they have any of those modes and stuff that they were talking about like 2 months ago when it first came out. Having like...
Yeah, they really needed squads. They needed solo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they still do, yeah. It's the bad part. Like the only thing they've done since between now and then, I think, is make those battle pass stuff and the new character or whatever. But
And I think the new character was lukewarm, like received. People are like, it kind of sucks.
yeah,
And I mean, obviously they don't need to go like the Smash 4 route and make OP new characters, but if they're not interesting, then
Yeah.
it's less incentive for people to want to play it.
You know,
Well,
I
yeah, with
oh,
these
go ahead.
hero shooters. Oh, yeah, sorry. With these hero shooters, it's like, yeah, you have to have interesting heroes, otherwise you're not gonna give a shit about the
Right.
game.
What's crazy
Yeah.
about it is that, like, if you were to compare it to Fortnite, you know, Fortnite doesn't have hero shooters, right? They just have a bunch of skins. And I had seen another article, and I was thinking that I might have, like, I should have grabbed it because I didn't realize that it applied so well to the Apex Legends conversation. But
Yeah.
there's an article on Polygon that was talking about how basically Fortnite is turned into one big advertisement for other shit.
Oh, yeah,
Because like
definitely. For
literally
sure.
all their
Well,
special
I mean,
events have been related to other stuff and all that
yeah,
shit.
but I don't think that's an advertisement. Fortnite was an in-game. There,
Mhm.
you know, that's a partnership.
Right.
You know, I mean, using other people's IPs that are popular, I think that's smart. I
Yeah.
think what Fortnite has done is ingenious to keep their longevity around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's made it
You
incredibly
know,
hard
they
to
had
follow.
like they had all the Marvel stuff. They had John Wick, and I think another thing is that their skins are well made. Like a lot of them are interesting. They're distinctive, and people want to have them.
Hmm.
Which,
Highly sought after.
yeah, I think that's they innovate. You know, even if they steal
Hmm.
other people's shit,
Yeah.
like dances and stuff like that. You know,
Oh, yeah.
there's
Yeah,
another
all the
big
dances,
reason why
yeah.
they've been kept alive is that they're allowing themselves to have partnerships and stuff like that. I wouldn't say like saying that they advertise for other things. I think
Yeah, that's just what that one
it's
like.
dumb. They're doing
Yeah,
just
they
as
said.
good advertisement for their shit as other shit is.
Yeah.
I could see that definitely. I
But
had
yeah,
a
it's
follow-up
just.
point.
Oh.
No, I don't remember what it was. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying that's pretty much the whole thing. It's just it keeps going down. Respawn will be hoping that updates outlined in the recently released update roadmap can pull. Okay, let's check out the roadmap real quick.
Oh yeah.
Roadmap: 4 battle passes will launch throughout 2019 in March, June, September, and December. During each of these months, new legends and loot will be added. Okay, new characters, weapons, and loot. Battle pass and probably new Apex Legends won't be okay. I need dates. I need dates. Well, first seasonal battle pass launch on March 19th and will run till June 17th. Blah 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 blah. You can buy a pound. I don't give a shit.
So wait, so this was
So I don't have-
yeah, the first battle pass. Well, the first season is currently happening, but
Yeah,
season
yeah.
2 says we don't know much about Apex Legends second season battle pass, other than that it should launch in June after the conclusion of the current one, which is interesting because we're getting real fucking close. They got to start talking about what they're going to be doing, you know. And I think at this point, it's like a decision point. It's like, okay, do we have something that's good enough that will, you know, bring attention back to us in some way for the next
Yeah.
season? Because I think they planned to have something that was like a quick update type schedule to work against Fortnite's blazingly fast, you know, changes and updates by having the seasons be so short. But I guess they're not short enough, or they don't have enough like special feature type scenarios that the Fortnite has. And I remember what I was going to say before about that. It was that Fortnite has done a great job of keeping up with, like, they've been moving as fast as the internet moves with like memes and stuff like that. Like with the public conscious, when there's something that's changed or become like a big thing, especially with the dances and working with Marvel for the stuff, they've been like jumping on it as soon as they can, and following the like the zeitgeist, like wherever it happens to go. Which with Apex Legends, the way that they've designed their game, it doesn't allow for that. I don't think. Like even if they wanted to have
Yeah, no,
partnerships
absolutely, yeah.
with outside properties, they're trying to create their own property with their own lore and their own characters, and it would feel weird, you know. So like, how do they compete if the whole like idea of their game can't even match that, you know?
Well, yeah, they're not going to be advertisement friendly like Fortnite, because Fortnite has like, well, yeah, it's hero shooters versus like a battle royale with a bunch of skins. That's pretty much the only thing.
Yeah.
So you can like do a lot with Fortnite without like actually affecting like Fortnite's core themes or whatnot, because it doesn't. It just has like one giant core theme: battle royale, dances, let's go,
Build shit. Yeah.
ninja. Okay,
Constantly changing
Yeah.
our map, basically. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but so I mean, I think if they just did these battle passes, I think it's like an okay time to do it, like a decent amount length, but they still need to like do something monthly.
Mm-hmm.
Just even as
Yeah.
like one thing, just like so people are talking about it at the very least.
Yeah, because if you go onto any of like the gaming sites and you scroll through all the recent news articles, like at least in 3 in every week
Oh, yeah,
has to
just
do
Fortnite.
with some Fortnite thing, some new
Yeah.
thing. Where to go to get this thing, like all the time because there's something new happening, and you have to. I think that's what you need to strive for is to be able to get in the list of news updates on these popular gaming websites, because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
interesting. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, the game looks like they're trying to have their own identity, and I think that maybe they should talk about what the next season's going to be a little bit sooner than not even yet, and it's the next month.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'd play a lot more if they just had the solo mode. I mean, really, that's all I'm really missing from the game.
I mean, some people don't want to team up with somebody.
Yeah.
Just rather like it causes like a whole new thing. Like you have to interact with people. You have to like figure stuff out.
Yeah, you have to coordinate. If you're just soloed, then you don't have to worry about none of that shit. You basically just playing a shooter.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I wonder if maybe that's like kind of a veiled way of trying to artificially create more players by forcing people to have to play with somebody else, and so I don't want to play with a random person, so I guess I'll try to get a friend to play with me.
I just
That
don't think
whole
they had to. I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
Because every other battle royale, every popular one had the solo mode thing. I think
Yeah.
it was. I think it was an oversight that they didn't
Gotcha.
expect to have such a negative effect that it did.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Plus 3 is just such a weird number.
Yeah. I guess maybe because they're
Okay.
heroes and they all have like roles, they didn't think that people would care so much about having a solo mode because the roles are supposed to complement each other and it's supposed to be a team-based thing. So they wanted to like hard code that into the gaming experience by not giving a solo mode. But they should have still done it.
I don't know. Whatever
Yeah.
they did, they fucked up. You fucked up, Respawn. God damn it.
No, we're gonna get DMCA'd by Angry Joe. You
Shit,
done
no.
fucked it up.
You done fucked it up. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. So we got
Lone
like
Angry Joe.
almost no time left. But did we want to talk about any, like? Is there anything else here that we wanted to mention real quick?
Not real. Telltale Games. Get him now if you're watching this live, because it's gonna be gone by tomorrow morning. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, on
So we're
GOG,
gonna have
they're
for a
they're
minute.
delisting all of
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So if after the live podcast, if you're wondering why they're gone, yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. All right. In that case, let's move on to Fiskay. Why don't you tell people where they can find you and what you're doing?
Yeah, you can find me on various platforms on the internet, social media sites such as YouTube at youtube.com/fistcake. Right now we got Bian Visek and Enter the Gungeon in the evenings at 4 p.m. PST, and then on noons you got Robot Alchemic Drive, and me and Adam playing Day of the Tentacle. Those are pretty fun times. On Twitch, been playing a lot of Sekiro, and I've been doing like a community night every Saturday. Well, so far every Saturday. It's not every Saturday. I try to do it when I can, but if stuff happens, we probably won't do it. But yeah, yesterday was a lot of fun. Smashing Jackbox. Good times had by all.
Nice.
Join the conversation or whatever. But I'm also on Twitter. I tweet stuff sometimes. But that's it for me. Where can people find you two?
Well, on YouTube and Twitch, it's the same place. It's Neanderthal Gaming TV. This upcoming week, I'll probably be streaming. Well, tomorrow's Memorial Day. I actually have that off, which is nice.
Oh, shit.
So I don't know if we want to do something like well, I will have to do it in the morning. So maybe something in the morning. If not, then it'll be in the afternoon or the evening as always. Probably play Enter the Gungeon at least once, and then maybe if Matt and I mean, we both have like Lost Planet 2 or whatever that we got recently that we wanted to play, or maybe go back to Van Helsing. But expect something Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then of course on the weekends we'll be doing Melee, which is still continuing to be fun, and I'm glad that it's working, and that's all we can really hope for. You can also check us out on Twitter at GTV. That's where Matt takes the helm of that one, and oftentimes we'll either,
for hot new JoJo updates.
Yeah, for hot new JoJo updates, basically. For content complete specific
Tweeted
information.
2 times about JoJo, and now all of a sudden, it's a hotbed.
Yeah, now you're the JoJo. Yeah, you're the JoJo master now.
Yeah. For content complete specific information, you can check us out on Twitter at Complete Podcast, so we can find updates for the podcast itself and any of the other, group-based content complete branded content that we make. Especially once we start doing Into the Veil again. That's where you can find out about that. You can send us ideas and suggestions to contentcompletecast@gmail.com. The podcast goes live at 3 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays. It's actually, and this is the one that I knew I forgot something, we're doing it every other week. So the next podcast will be on, let's see here, the 9th of June. So that's when the next podcast will be happening.
We might want to think about moving that to the next week.
Oh shit!
Because of EA.
Right.
E3.
Oh, E3. Yeah.
Yeah, E3. Sorry.
Yeah, because
I'll
E3
have
starts
to-
on like the 11th, right?
Well,
not
yeah,
sure.
I'll keep you posted. I think I have to. I know I'm going to Mexico for like a weekend or something on one of those weeks.
Oh,
I'll have
shit.
to remember which date it is, but
Okay.
it might work out perfectly then.
Well, more of a reason for people to follow us on Twitter, so you can make sure that you know when our podcast is going live. Yeah, that'd be interesting. So having one just before E3 is kind of one of those situations where it's like, well, we're probably not going to have anything to talk about. But and it'll be our 100th episode too. So
True. Yeah, I'll have to make it big
Think
and
about
fancy
that.
or something.
yeah. So regardless, the podcast goes live on Sundays at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and then the episode is available on YouTube the very next day, as well as the audio-only version on your favorite podcasting app on Mondays at around, 8 a.m. I don't know when the actual audio version gets released. Is it at 8 a.m. or
It's
Just
whenever I get it done.
whenever it happens? Gotcha. But on Mondays, the Monday after
On
the
Mondays,
podcast. Yeah. But
I'm consistent about that at the very least, but it's usually like, oh shit, I forgot to edit the podcast. Oh fuck. But now it's even easier because I just have to do. But that's behind the scenes bullshit. Okay.
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, for those of you listening to it and you want to enjoy the podcast live, I realize we don't say this, but it's twitch.tv/contentcomplete. And then we also stream it at our Neanderthal Gaming TV channel as well. But any last words?
No, thanks for watching.
All right.
Peace.
Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
What makes this worse is that the fucking video hasn't started yet. Okay, here we go.
Bye.
Peace.
Okay.